Hello and welcome back to the Movie Attic. I'm Mike, and as I've said 1,000 times, this is the attic where I discuss and review movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks for all the nice people out there in YouTube land. This is my first Christmas review of 2025. I know I'm a little late to the game, but if you've been with the channel for any length of time, and as I always say, I find that hard to believe. Last year I did a couple Martian movies at this time. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians and The Christmas Martian. So this year I thought I'd do a little more traditional. Of course, this movie is Christmas Carol. Of course, there was the book by Charles Dickens. Many versions of the movie exist, starring various stars. I always like the Jim Carrey version from Disney. I watch that every year. The Muppets. There's one, of course, like I say, there's one with George C. Scott. And I think there was one with Henry Winkler. I think there was one with Patrick Stewart. I believe I watched one as a kid with Mr. Magoo, the cartoon. And like I say, just several versions of the movie. I didn't get this version of the movie till a couple years ago. For some reason, this picture or this cover just didn't appeal to me. And I thought, how good could it be? But as I learned, it was very good. It's a DVD Blu-ray combo from VCI. I do have the piece of paper with all the vital stats that everybody's just yearning for. It's from 1951 in black and white, 86 minutes long, in English with English subtitles and Spanish subtitles. It's in the 1:37:1 aspect ratio, not rated, and it sounds like this is an all-region release. Like I say, well, maybe I didn't say it. It stars Alastair Sim. I think this was made in Britain, or a British release. I'm not British, so I didn't really know who this Alastair Sim was. Comes with a bunch of bonus features. I watched some of the bonus features. One I did not watch was it has a couple silent versions of the movie. Scrooge from 1922 and Bleak House from 1922. There's an intro by Leonard Maltin. So there you have that. Of course, and you may consider this a Christmas miracle, I don't have to really go into one of those absurd tellings of the story of what the movie's about. Most people, I think, know what this movie's about by now. Essentially, it's a guy who's all about money and does not like Christmas, does not like his nephew. Just a miserable guy. He's visited by 3 ghosts, 4 if you count his former business partner, Jacob Marley. And at the very end, it's a tale of, I don't want to say redemption, but changing your life for the better and changing others' lives in the process. So, that's what it's about. The one thing I did love about this version of the movie, it seems like, of course, the Ghost of Christmas Past seems like that's the longest segment in all of these movies. This particular version seemed extra long. And I did like that part because it gave me more details about his Ebenezer Scrooge's past that I did not see in other versions of the movie. Like I said, I didn't read the book, so I don't know if it's actually in the book or not. One of the things I didn't quite know why, which it probably explains in some of these other movies, but it wasn't really brought home till this one. I didn't know that Ebenezer's nephew, the reason he didn't like him or was kind of hostile towards him was his sister died giving birth to his nephew. And it sounded like from this version of the movie, Ebenezer's mom also died giving birth to Ebenezer, and his dad didn't necessarily care for him. So it was kind of a generational, almost hatred going on. Ebenezer and his sister were very close, and the one thing in this version of the movie that I didn't see in the other versions was his sister was still alive and Ebenezer was there. And I think Ebenezer had just left the room before his sister told him something crucial, that she wanted him to take care of her baby. Or watch over, or, protect her son. So I thought that was intriguing. There's also a sequence where Jacob Marley is still alive on his deathbed, and he kind of warns Ebenezer, save yourself before he dies. I think the Jim Carrey one kind of opens up the movie with Jacob Marley already being dead. So, I love those aspects of it and got a more real sense of why Ebenezer was the way he was. There's a sequence with this guy who had gotten Ebenezer his job with the company that would eventually become Marley and Scrooge. And that guy in particular kind of reminded me of a live-action version of the bad guy from Corpse Bride. Had the look, had kind of the same mannerisms, laugh. So I thought that was cool. And then the rest of it played out, I think, like most of these versions play out. There was one other thing that I saw in this version that I didn't see in a lot of the other ones. Ebenezer Scrooge is talking to the ghosts, the various ghosts, and it seems like he does want to change, but he keeps repeating, I'm too old to change. I can't change. I'm too old, and I thought that was a great message in itself too, that you're never too old to change. And one of the more profound things I love about this set of movies is that it drives home the point that every day is a new beginning. Every day is like the first day of the rest of your life. It's never too late. And the impact that you can make on somebody else's life could be immeasurable. So all those things really hit home with me. A lot of these versions are very emotional for me. So, in part, I love the movie, or in whole. There was another movie we had already watched this year that I don't know that a lot of people know of. It's that movie, The Man Who Invented Christmas, which is the telling of how Charles Dickens wrote this book. And I found that very entertaining, very emotional as well. And there was some special features that showed the making or why or how. but I didn't check it out yet to see what in that movie was actually true and what was kind of, played up for movie's sake. It has Christopher Plummer in it, which he did a great job in that. But anyway, that's not the movie we're here for. So, like I say, I really love this version of the movie, and if I was to rate this movie, which I guess that's why we're here, or at least that's why I'm here. I don't know. I don't know why anybody's here. But I would give this version of the movie 9.5 rolls of pink insulation out of 10. Like I say, I absolutely love it. And I'm glad I watched it for the first time last year. And it's earned a spot on my every year viewing. So, if you have this version of the movie, seen this version of the movie, or any of the millions of other versions of this tale, leave a comment down in the comment section. Like I always say, I'd love to discuss it. So, until next time when I'm in the attic with a completely different movie, probably a Christmas one, although I do have to fit one more non-Christmas movie in before the year's end because it's the 60th anniversary and all that. So, of course, this is the only video of mine you ever see, which, lucky you. I hope everyone has a very merry and happy holiday season. And until next time, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.